kilometers.
Oh.
And the unit kilometers is different from the unit miles. But thank you for remembering that. Now, how do the sun, earth, and the moon interact? Let's revise the information.
Do astronauts always see a full moon? No, only part of the moon is lit by the sun. Depending on where the moon and Earth are in relation to the sun, we see different parts of the moon lit.
Okay, so we can't, not even for astronauts, even for us, we can't see the whole part of moon forever. Only the lit part, the facing part to the sun.
The International Space Station revolves around Earth. It isn't the only thing moving in space. Earth moves too. Earth is constantly rotating. Because of these movements, every time the astronauts look out the windows of the space station, they have a different view of Earth.
So I'd like to ask anyone, do you know information about the International Space Station? The International Space Station. If you don't know what is International Space Station, you can search on Google.
Mr. I have.
You know?
Yes.
Okay, what is International Space Station?
The place where for astronauts they work. Place.
For astronauts, it's like a satellite.
Yeah, and kind.
You know, Abdul Nasser, it's like a huge city in the space.
City?
Yeah, it's like a huge, like hotel in the space.
We can live in it.
Oh, if you are astronaut, you can go. If you hear about astronaut from United Arab Emirates, before I think 1 year from now, he traveled to ISS, International Space Station, and he saw the planet Earth from the space. So if you want to be astronaut in the future, you will go there, and please take me with you.
I'll be a robotist, but I can take you to the moon.
Okay, thank you, Abdul Masih.
Check out this incredible video of a sunrise in space. The sun is at the center of our solar system. Earth and the other planets all travel around it.
Muhammad Mazen, what is the center? What is the center of the solar system?
Yes, no.
Try to think. Try to think. What is the center of the solar system? The solar system consists of the sun and the planets and other shapes. They are all moving the space. So in your opinion, what is the center of all of that? The solar system. What is the center? It's planet Earth or the sun?
Sun.
The sun. You're right. So the sun is the center of all of solar system. You know, Muhammad, if you want to make a comparison between the size of planet Earth and the sun is 1 million times the size of planet Earth.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome to the lesson, How do the Sun, Earth, and Moon interact? In this lesson, you'll learn about the motion of Earth and its moon. You'll also find out how Earth's motion causes changes in night and day, and in the seasons. The vocabulary words for this lesson are rotate, orbit, axis, and constellation.
Okay, let's see what is rotate.
Rotate. To spin on an axis.
Talal. Talal. Okay, Walif. Abdullah. What is rotate?
Rotate. Sir, Mr. Mahmoud, the quality is not good and it's not zoomed. I can't see it.
Okay. Rotate to spin on an axis. Okay.
To spin on axis. Okay.
Again, rotate is to spin on
spin-
an axis.
To spin on axis.
Is it clear now?
Better. Yes. Rotate it to spin on an axis.
Like as you see, planet Earth is moving on its axis now.
Okay.
Axis is like imaginary line from the north to the south of planet Earth.
Mr. Mahmoud,
Yes.
in computer, why in the computer, why didn't let me share screen?
Okay. Don't be sad if you don't share screen this time. You'll share the next time, inshallah. Don't worry. Okay.
Please, next time pick me first.
Inshallah. I promise you. Thank you, Abdullah. Now, axis.
Axis. The imaginary line around which Earth spins as it rotates.
Firas.
Yes, Mister.
What is axis, please?
I've just come now.
Just read from my screen. Axis.
The
The imaginary line around which Earth spins as it rotates. Okay, can you see it? It's like a stick from the north to the south of planet Earth in the middle, and the planet Earth round make one orbit around it. Its axis, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Orbit.
Orbit. The path of one object in space around another object.
Ahmed Mahjoub, what is orbit, please?
Orbit is an object in space around another object.
Again. The path.
The path of one object in space around other object.
Another object. Can you give me example for that? Like yes, any planet. When
any planet, it go around it.
Around the sun. All planets we have in our solar system, 8 planets until this moment. They are the discovered planets. I'm sorry, planets. They are discovered. They are all around the sun, in orbit, as you see in this small video. The last one here. Constellation.
Constellation. A pattern of stars that form an imaginary picture or design in the sky.
Rosin. Constellation.
Yeah.
What's constellation?
Constellation is
A pattern.
a pattern of stars that form an
Imaginary.
imaginary picture or design in the sky.
Thank you.
But teacher, there's something, I forgot its name.
At takeoff, a commercial jet is traveling at about 275 kilometers per hour. That's fast. So can you imagine how it must feel to travel at 107,200 kilometers per hour? You're doing it right now. This is how fast Earth orbits the sun. In this lesson, you'll learn how Earth spins and moves around the sun, and how this motion relates to night and day, and to the changing seasons.
What did you say, Rosin?
The stars connect, make something. When the stars connect, make something.
What do you mean?
When the stars connect, it makes something.
Yeah, something.
Okay.
Just listen to that again.
At takeoff, a commercial jet is traveling at about 275 kilometers per hour. That's fast. So can you imagine how it must feel to travel at 107,200 kilometers per hour? You're doing it right now. This is how fast Earth orbits the Sun. In this lesson, you'll learn how Earth spins and moves around the Sun, and how this motion relates to night and day, and to the changing seasons.
So planet Earth can move, can travel in the space in 1 hour. 1 hour. You can imagine that. 107,200 kilometers in 1 hour. Oh, it's very fast. This is the speed of planet Earth in the space. Okay.
The Sun, Earth, and Moon form a system in space. Each part of the system, the Sun, Earth, and the Moon, has its own unique characteristics. Click each part of the picture to learn more about the Sun, the Moon, and Earth.
First, the Sun.
The Sun's diameter is more than 100 times as large as Earth's diameter. As Earth and the other planets move around the Sun and the planets have a gravitational attraction for each other. The force of gravity keeps Earth and the other planets in motion around the Sun.
Okay. This is about the Sun. So if you want to compare the diameter of planet Earth to the diameter of the Sun, it's 100 times.
Earth is much smaller than the Sun. Earth's atmosphere protects Earth's surface from the Sun's ultraviolet rays. The atmosphere also keeps Earth at a temperature that is suitable for life. Earth is the only known planet with liquid water on its surface, which is very important. All living things are made mostly of water.
Abdullah? Abdullah? Okay. Talal?
Yes.
Yes,
teacher. Okay. Abdullah, is there any other planet?
Teacher, you called me.
Yes. I'll ask you a question after Abdullah. Okay.
Okay.
Abdullah, is there any other planets? Can we live on its surface? Abdullah Mahfouz, are you there? Okay, Talal, can you answer this question?
What?
Is there any other planet? Can we live on its surface?
If there are any other planets?
Yeah. Now we live on
No.
planet Earth.
No.
Now, is there any other planets? Can we live
No.
on a surface? Now, until this moment, no. But the scientists, they are trying to discover other planets that might be
Because
life
we cannot live there because there is no oxygen.
there is no oxygen, there is no water, there is no atmosphere, there is no life in general.
There's nothing.
Yeah, nothing. There is nothing there. So the planet Earth is like a gift from Allah, from the Almighty
Yeah.
for us. Thank you.
The Moon's
If
diameter is
there
about
is
1/4
not,
the
we'll be
size of
aliens.
Earth's diameter. It takes about a month for the Moon to move around Earth. Because the Moon is moving around Earth, the Moon looks different during different times of the month.
Badr, how long does it take for the Moon to make one round around the planet Earth? Okay, Ahmed Omar,
Yes, Master.
how long does it take for the Moon to make one round around planet Earth?
Like 1 month.
1 month, about 28 days, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
The Sun, Earth, and Moon form a system because the Moon revolves around Earth and Earth revolves around the Sun. The Sun-Earth-Moon system is part of the larger solar system, which includes the other planets and bodies that revolve around the Sun. Click on each dot on the line to learn more about the motions of Earth and the Moon around the Sun. In this first image, we see only the sun. The force of gravity between Earth and the sun and the tendency of moving objects to remain in constant motion keep Earth in its orbit. It takes 1 year for Earth to revolve around or orbit the sun. Now we can see Earth's orbit around the sun. Picture an imaginary line going straight through Earth from the North Pole to the South Pole. That line is Earth's axis. Earth rotates or turns around its axis once each day. Notice that Earth's axis is not straight up and down compared to Earth's orbital path. Instead, Earth's axis is tilted slightly. This tilt is what causes seasons.
Ahmed,
Yes.
how long does it take for planet Earth to make one round around the sun?
Like for like a whole round around the sun, or just a little bit?
A whole round.
Probably like
How many days?
365 days. 365 days.
Yeah. Do you know to make 365 days around the sun? The planet
Yeah,
Earth
so it
must
will
must
take,
travel 108,000 kilometers in 1 hour the space.
Okay,
It's
but
very
Mr.
fast.
Before you mute me, I want to tell you something funny.
Okay.
I caught Razin playing Rocket League. He's literally playing a video game.
Okay. Thank you, Ahmed.
While Earth revolves around the sun, the moon revolves around Earth. It takes about 1 month for the moon to travel all the way around Earth. During that time, the same side of the moon is always facing Earth. Now that you've learned about the Sun-Earth-Moon system, see if you can describe the interactions between the sun, Earth, and moon. Drag each label to the correct image.
Danny, please label the Sun, Earth, Moon system. Its gravity holds the planets in orbit. What do you think? The Sun, the Moon, or Earth? Planet Earth. Its gravity holds the planets, all planets in orbit. What do you think? The most strongest item in the solar system.
Okay, I'm gonna say two things. This is obviously the sun. It's a
The strongest
planet.
what is the strongest item in the solar system?
The sun,
sun-
because since it's holding a planet, the Earth doesn't hold a planet. It only holds the moon, and the moon's not a planet; it's a moon.
Like,
So that means it has to be the sun.
you're right. Danny, you can imagine if you hold a stone in your hand, and if you make it like,
I'm gonna hold a book.
okay, can you round it by using your hand like 1 round? It's like 1 round around the sun. So your head is like a sun and the book is like planet Earth. Can you make it 1 round quickly around your head? Make it 1 round quickly. Yeah, so if you hold a stone in your hand and your hand is moving quickly, if your hand stopped suddenly, this stone will travel away from your hand, right? That's the same
Yeah,
case
like-
with planets around the sun. So its gravity
Uh,
holds the
I
planet in orbit.
already know the second one, and it's so obvious.
Wait,
It's so
wait.
obvious. The
Okay,
second one's too obvious.
okay. So the first one, that's right. Yusuf, orbits
Yes,
around
Mr. Mahmoud.
Earth.
Orbits around Earth.
Hmm.
Moon. The moon.
Sure?
Yes.
Think again, please.
Orbits around Earth. It's the Earth.
No, it's moon.
I told you it was moon.
You're right. You're right. Orbits
Hmm.
around Earth. Do you know
Is
that
the-
Earth around Earth? Orbits
No.
around Earth? No, of course it's moon. Thank you, Yusuf.
You-
Thank you very much. The last one, of course, rotates on its axis while it revolves around the sun?
Great job! The moon revolves around, or orbits, Earth.
Thank you very much. Night and day?
Earth turns all the way around on its axis once every 24 hours. It is this turning that causes day and night. When your location on Earth faces away from the sun, it is nighttime. As your location on Earth turns toward the sun appears to rise. It then becomes daytime.
That's how can we find the day and the night on our planet.
As you know, Earth moves in another way while it turns on its axis. Earth also revolves around the sun, which takes about 1 year. During this time, the tilt of Earth's axis causes parts of Earth to receive different amounts of energy from sunlight. Areas that receive more direct sunlight are experiencing summer. Click the play button to learn more about the seasons. At this point in Earth's orbit, the northern hemisphere, the northern half of Earth, is tilted toward the sun. This area of Earth receives more direct sunlight than the southern hemisphere, which is tilted away from the sun. So, it is summer in the northern hemisphere.
Abdulaziz, how many seasons on
Yeah.
planet Earth?
Yes, teacher.
Abdulaziz, how many seasons on our planet? I mean by season, like, yeah, they are 4. Can you mention them?
Winter,
Summer,
summer,
spring,
spring, and fall.
and fall, right?
Now Earth has traveled about a quarter of the way around the sun. The northern hemisphere begins to be tilted away from the sun, and fall arrives. About halfway through Earth's orbit, the northern hemisphere is tilted away from the sun. This area of Earth receives less direct sunlight than the southern hemisphere at this point. So, it is winter in the northern hemisphere. At this point in Earth's orbit, the northern hemisphere starts to be tilted toward the sun again, and Earth begins to receive more direct sunlight. So, it is spring in the northern hemisphere. Which choice best describes what causes day and night? Click your answer.
Okay, you have to think about it. What causes day and night? The moon's orbit around Earth, or Earth's rotation on its axis, or the changing of the seasons, or Earth's orbit around the sun? Earth orbit around the sun. What do you think? What causes day and night? Day and night. Mu'taz, can you answer that?
Earth's orbit around the sun.
Do you think that causes day and night?
Yes.
Earth orbit around the sun?
Yes.
So what about Earth's rotation on its axis?
Kinda.
You know,
It's,
if we go back to the video,
mm,
to make the day and night, the planet Earth must rotate on its axis. One round in 24 hours.
Okay.
So Earth's rotation on its axis.
Good job. As Earth revolves on its axis, your location on Earth moves from day to night. Earth also revolves around the sun each year, and the tilt of Earth's axis causes the seasons to change. The moon can be seen at night, but that doesn't make it nighttime on Earth.
So Mu'taz, Earth orbit around the sun, that makes the 4 seasons.
Okay.
The 4
Sorry.
seasons. Thank you.
When you look up at the sky at night, you probably recognize the Big Dipper. Throughout history, people have made up groups of stars called constellations and use them to make maps of the night sky. The Big Dipper is part of Ursa Major. Ursa Major appears to move through the northern hemisphere sky all year. Click to learn more. Here we see the constellation Auriga, or the Charioteer. This constellation is most visible in December. Many constellations are named after great heroes and people in myths. This constellation is called Gemini, or the Twins. To the ancient Greek, this group of stars resembled stick figures of two people, sons of the Greek god Zeus. This constellation is best viewed from the northern hemisphere in February. Orion is visible all year from the northern hemisphere. However, it is easiest to find during winter. The middle star appears blurry, but if you look at Orion with a telescope, you might notice that this star is really a cluster of stars within a nebula. A nebula is a cloudy place in space made up of dust, hydrogen, helium, and other gases. Stars are born in nebulas.
Okay, so if you look at the sky in a summer night, you will find that we have a lot of stars. It's unlimited. You can't count them. You can't count them because they are billions of stars, and each group of stars make like a design or a specific shape. We can call all of them like constellation. So we have different kind of constellation as you heard here. Let's see another constellation.
Taurus appears to move from the eastern horizon in September to the western sky in April. In fact, it is visible from the northern hemisphere throughout the year.
The last one.
Here we see Perseus, another son of Zeus. This constellation is best seen in December in the northern hemisphere.
And those names from the Greek age. It's not English language. So you have to memorize it and try to write it. Use your notebook to write the names of constellations.
Today, astronomers know a lot about the movement of Earth and other bodies in our solar system. 600 years ago, however, people had different ideas. The invention of telescopes helped astronomers learn more about Earth's motion in space. Click the image at the top to begin learning more about how ancient astronomers and modern scientists study Earth and space.
So in the past, the scientists thought that the Earth is the center of the planet of the solar system. And some of them thought that the Earth is the center of the whole universe. And it was wrong, of course.
People have studied the stars for thousands of years. Early astronomers thought Earth was motionless. Because they saw the sun, stars, and other planets rising and setting across Earth's sky, early astronomers thought these bodies revolved around Earth. Early astronomers did not have telescopes. Instead, they used tools like this one to measure angles. Early astronomers used this data to estimate how far away each star was. They also made maps of the constellations. Early travelers used the stars and constellations to help them navigate during their journeys. The invention of the telescope in the early 1600s changed the way people studied stars. Using the telescope, astronomers learned that there were moons revolving around other planets. This discovery and more detailed observations of shadows on the moon gave astronomers further evidence that Earth revolves around the sun.
The scientists called Galileo from Italy.
Modern telescopes can be enormous. Using modern telescopes, astronomers can see much farther into space and take much more detailed measurements. The telescope shown here is one of two 10-meter telescopes at the W.M. Keck Observatory in Hawaii.
So please just search for Hubble telescope. Hubble telescope. It's very important to see the space.
The Mars rover shown here has allowed us to collect information about the surface of Mars. Modern telescopes and technologies such as the Mars rover have helped us understand more about the origins of Earth and our solar system.
And to make that travel to planet Mars, it was like a cooperation between all of agencies of space, like NASA and Russian Agency for Space, China Agency for Space, and even Europe.
Early astronomers believed that Earth did not move. They thought Earth was the center of the universe. In this model, the Sun, Moon, and planets revolved around Earth. Today, astronomers know that Earth and the other planets revolve around the Sun. What information helped early astronomers change their model? Write your answer in the box. Click OK when you're done.
Okay, Jamal, can you answer this one? Jamal? Okay. Ahmed? What evidence helped early astronomers explain the sun-centered model of the
what?
solar system?
What do you mean?
Can you read this question, please?
What evidence helped early astronomers explain the sun-centered model of the solar system?
Yeah.
The placement of the moon and sun and the placement.
So the placement. So let me write the
Yeah.
placement. The placement of what?
The planets.
Of the planets and stars.
Yeah.
Let me check.
The invention of the telescope allowed astronomers to make more detailed observations about Earth's moon. Early astronomers also discovered that other planets, including Jupiter, had moons. These and other observations helped early astronomers explain the sun-centered model of the solar system.
Thank you, Ahmed. You are close to the right answer.
Look at these images carefully. The seasons change as Earth moves around the sun. Where in Earth's orbit is it summer in the northern hemisphere? Click the correct image.
Okay. Which image of which image shows the northern hemisphere and summer in summer?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Can you answer this one?
Me.
Yes. Try to think about it. Which image shows the northern hemisphere in summer? Axis tilted neither toward nor away. Axis tilted neither toward nor away. This one or this one? Number 3 or 4?
Number
Let's
3.
click and see.
3.
It's not quite summer yet. Here, the northern hemisphere is just beginning to be tilted toward the sun. People in the northern hemisphere are experiencing spring. Try again.
Let's click 1.
Look again. At this time of
Yeah,
the year,
Jamal.
the northern hemisphere is getting very little direct sunlight because it is tilted away from the sun. It's winter time. Try again.
So let's click 4.
That's right. At this point in Earth's orbit, the northern hemisphere is tilted toward the sun and is receiving the most direct sunlight. This is when the northern hemisphere is experiencing summer. Constellations change position across the night sky as Earth moves around the sun. Sort the constellations according to when they are best viewed. You may not be familiar with them all, but you will be once they are sorted.
Abdul Mohsen, seen in summer. What do you think about constellation? The first one, Gemini. Seen in summer? It's not in summer. It's in winter or other seasons. Okay. Danny, this one, Orion.
Orion.
You can see it. We can see in summer.
Wait, let me think.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Yusuf?
Yes, Mr.
Raiga?
Mahmoud.
Oraiga?
Yes, Mr. Mahmoud.
And we can see it in summer or other season. Oraiga. Abdul Mohsen, don't send remote control, please.
Yes, Mr. Mahmoud.
Can you hear me, Yusuf?
Yes, can hear you well.
What do you think about this one, Oraiga? Seen in
Oraiga?
summer or not seen in summer? Let's check.
Not seen in summer.
Not seen in summer? You're right. Abdulaziz?
Teacher.
Perseus?
See in summer.
It's not right.
No.
Not seen in summer. So this one, Ursa Major to this one, seen in summer, and this one.
Good job. Although Ursa Major, Taurus, and Orion are best viewed during winter months, they are visible throughout the year from the northern hemisphere. Gemini, Auriga, and Perseus can be seen only in winter in the northern hemisphere. As Earth moves through its orbit, your location faces different parts of space. So constellations seem to move across the night sky throughout the year.
But you took my answer.
Okay. Thank you very much and see you tomorrow. Goodbye.